Let's get this thing going, man. I just want to be able to talk to you guys. And we're going to get this thing going one way or another. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you, man. As we get things going, I hope you guys can hear me. The truth is the hardest pill to swallow. And I understand that people all get into their feelings, and that's okay. I want you to get into your feelings. Because if I don't get out here and tell you guys what I see with my mind, what I see with my passion, with my heart, then what you want me to do? You want me to be fake and phony with you? You want me to give you some ESPN, some first take stuff? I can do that too as well. But the thing is, man, shout out to the notification squad, Andrew Jackson, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to JL too as well, JJ Jesse and Bobby J. Shout out to you too as well. Chris Jiggs, what's up? Hey, the thing is, man, all together, this team must stay focused. I released a video earlier about we got to stay true to our core. We got to focus on our core. And then a lot of people was out here saying that, hey, man, Larry Allen was this and that, you know, and they wasn't realizing that Larry Allen was a second round draft pick. Think about that. He was picked 46th overall. And the thing is, so many people think from what they know, and they don't know half of the stuff that they think they spitting out. So that's what becomes falsehoods. You know what I mean? If I get out here and I start talking the truth and I start putting out evidence, then now all of a sudden the truth becomes anger speech or hate speech and things like that. But you still have granted the opportunity and the liberty to go out and make your own video too as well. And I like for you to do that. And all these people out here saying that, oh man, come on, Law, come on. You better than that, man. I'm unsubscribing, stuff like that. Do you think I care if you subscribe to me or not? You think I'm gonna fold up like a weak tent because you saying that you're gonna unsubscribe from me? I want you to go. I don't want you around. That's the thing. I don't want you to subscribe. That's my whole philosophy. I don't want no fake and phony people around me. You know, at the end of the day, the truth is so hard for some people to swallow that they rather reject what I'm talking to them and say this. And then so many people are out here saying that I should be able to talk about Dak Prescott like he's and this is the craziest thing of all. You know, so many people, when I said it takes time for the developing a young quarterback, they thinking that I'm pom-pom cheerleading for Dak Prescott. Oh, trust me, he got his faults too. And you guys know that I'm not going to hold back. This year, I told everybody, year 3 is when I take the gloves off on the quarterback. All of my comments about Dak Prescott is he trash. And I said, okay, I agree with you. Okay, yeah, he trash. But give the kids some time to develop. That's all I'm saying. So for those who out there are small-minded with the pin top head of reality, I got to say this to you. You comparing, and I saw somebody made comparison to Dak Prescott to Andrew Luck, Carson Wentz, a golf kid in LA, and I saw him make the comparison to what's the other guy that everybody, Carson Wentz, and I might have said his name already, Watson, you know, the Watson guy. These guys were drafted in the first round. Dak Prescott's supposed to be still developing right now. If Romo was to stay healthy, Romo would have been toolaging or giving Dak Prescott some information on how to pass the ball and all this stuff. This stuff just don't happen to everybody. And you talking about a philosophy, a vertical seam type of offense. And we know Jason Garrett is not the pretty much Bill Belichick's of the world. We understand who Jason Garrett is. A lot of people call him for Jason Garrett head. I can call for Jason Garrett head till I turn white. And you know, that's as black as I am, that would not happen. The thing is, and I don't have no Michael Jackson gene, you know what I mean? So the thing is, I can call for Jason Garrett head for as long as I live, but that's not going to happen, guys. He is the coach of the Dallas Cowboys, handpicked by Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones make all the decisions. Will McClay make the decisions too as well. Stephen Jones. So all we can do is put out our emotions, our visions, our thoughts, and things like that. It's nothing that we can do. Shout out to Ty, man. Nothing but facts. You know what I mean? Shout out to you. And Trey Harris, shout out to you too as well. Trey, is that Trey F. Kennedy? Shout out to you too as well. Hey, Jason Carrot. You know I messed up people's names, man, when I'm getting into it. But the thing is, let me just get back and focus on this football talk, right? And let me see. Let me pull this over here and let me see if I can put the chat box into the window over here. Let me see. I hope I could. There you go. See, so y'all can have some of this stuff over here. Get in on the mix, man. I know YouTube have a way of there you go. We all in the mix now. So everything you guys say gonna be forever in the mix. Hey, the thing is what I'm saying. Larry Allen was drafted in the second round, right? We still can get that dog on the defense. Defense win championships. So I had to go into the title because 9 times out of 10, a lot of times I'll be at work. So I can't really just jump off of work and jump into the studio. So I had to hurry because I posted the video early this morning. So I really couldn't get into it like I wanted to. But the thing is with this defense, and with this Dallas Cowboys organization, we got to stay true to the core. And the core is the front offensive line, of course. Ezekiel Elliott, he's everything. He's a band-aid to Dak Prescott. Shout out to Bobby J. Roger Staubach said Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. Hey, what Roger Staubach say, I can't say nothing else. I can't say nothing else. But the thing is, look, Dak Prescott is good. He do have some intangibles too as well. So that some people can so I can tell some of you guys out there what I think of Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is a developmental quarterback, right? Who had a successful rookie year and had a horrible or mid-to-range second year. You see what I'm saying? And with that being said, he lost his running back who had over 1,600 yards, and he had 6 weeks without his running back basically. And it was on the field, off again, and people fail to realize practice means so much when you got to come into practice as far as your blocking schemes and your block pickups. When I was doing the Ezekiel Elliott video, I thought about all of you guys in mind, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna tab back a little bit because I don't have time to really point out the insufficiencies that he had in blocking. Ezekiel Elliott, yes, he had some insufficiencies in blocking because he was on the field, off the field, not focused on a lot of plays. If you go back and watch the Seattle Seahawks game, he missed and whiffed on several blocks. And then on top of that, the coaching staff rotated and pushed him out on the outer edges of the screen there too as well. They put Ezekiel Elliott into slot. And by him being in the slot, they said, okay, we're going to pin our ears back. We're going to attack where they're weak at. Byron Bell is a dumpster trash full of garbage. You see what I'm saying? He couldn't block my grandmother coming off the edge in a wheelchair. That's just how it was. And not trying to make excuses. Everybody always say, oh, Lord, you making excuses. Come on, what else I supposed to say? I supposed to sit back and say, if everybody's saying that Dak Prescott is trash, and I'm telling you guys, I'm pulling film out to show you guys what he needed help in. As far as the offensive line, everybody crashing down. And then on top of that, I tell you guys what, this everybody that's, and it's not you guys are wonderful, not the people that's in the chat box, but the people that are going to watch the video kind of later on in the day or what have you. I tell you what, for all of those who out there saying that Dak Prescott is trash, would you rather have Eli Manning? I'll wait. And would you rather have Brad Johnson? I'll wait. Would you rather have Trent Difford? A Joe Flacco? You know what I mean? To me personally, from what I can see and evaluate with my eyes, and I know you guys can evaluate too as well, Dak Prescott is better than those guys. And at the same time, what is insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, trying to get different results. The Dallas Cowboys, and I'm trying real hard not to bring up their names, but I got to bring out the facts right here. We had, and trust me, Jason Witten, he probably not going to be here next year anyhow, right? But we've been doing the same thing with Tony Romo for some years. You see what I'm saying? And we have not won a Super Bowl. If you're gonna come out and tell me 2014, I want to say bye, Felicia, because this guy didn't start playing football in 2014, right? He didn't start playing football all of a sudden. Oh, I'm Tony Romo. I'm gonna play football in 2014. That was a long time from when he first got into the NFL, and we do know what he did in 2006 and 2007. He had decent years those years too as well. I would be remiss to add those things. And Dez Bryant, 2014 wasn't his first year. It took time for them to get to those years. And what I'm saying is everybody want to point the finger at Dak Prescott. Everybody want to say Dak Prescott is the issue. Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to you in the house too as well. Jay Chambers, aka Cowboys 101. Hey. And it's just one of those things where everybody is so rushed of putting Cooper Rush in here, but they so ready to get rid of Dak Prescott. That's just always crazy to me. Oh, he can't throw. So, I mean, he got a winding motion in his throw and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. Go back and understand what Peyton Manning went through his first 2-3 years. And on top of that, guess what Peyton Manning had? He had a good, hellified coach out there. And we all can say that Tony Dungy is one worlds of a difference beyond Jason Garrett, even far as experience alone, right? But I digress. The thing is with this whole conversation where Dak Prescott trash and Dak Prescott had to, Ezekiel Elliott had to show and hide all of the Band-Aid issues with Dak Prescott. I'm going to sit back and say Peyton Manning had Edgerrin James, and we have yet to hear that stuff. But Peyton Manning comes from a whole different type of throwing. Peyton Manning, to me personally, Peyton Manning had to work on his throwing motion. Peyton Manning didn't have the strongest arm in the world. Even when he was healthy Manning, Peyton Manning wasn't the strongest. And I know some fool or some idiot gonna say, oh man, Law out here comparing Dak Prescott to Peyton Manning. Oh man, this guy's smoking rocks. And don't even listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that sometimes to develop your young quarterback, you got to have a good, sturdy running back. And I do know the life of Ezekiel Elliott in the National Football League is not as long as a quarterback. Ezekiel Elliott got another 3 years tops, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe, big maybe, because the running back take on so much. Think about this. By the time Peyton Manning was like, everybody like this world, like, oh my God, Peyton Manning, he can make every throw. Edgerrin James was out the door. They still had the Marvin Harrisons of the world that Reggie Wayne came about. These were Peyton Manning friendly receivers, quote unquote. Now, fast forwarding to now, we don't want to have time for watching the grass grow. I do know that a lot of people sitting here saying, Law, I get what you're saying, but bro, you know what I mean? We haven't won anything in 20 years. But if we continue to try to do the same thing that we did 20 years ago, then we'll be still in the same boat. Right now, we having a new wrinkle. Stephen Jones is taking over this pretty much fort. And he's sitting here saying, okay, and it started with DeMarcus Ware. I'm going to get rid of DeMarcus Ware 2 years too soon. Now, DeMarcus Ware, granted, he did well by going to another team. We was all sitting there saying as Cowboys fan, oh man, we proud of DeMarcus Ware. And rightfully so with Dez Bryant. If he goes to another team and win the Super Bowl, I'm proud of you. Because that's the thing. When you are a free agent, you can go to the team you want. You can pick out the team you need to go to. If you're good, you know. And truth to be told is that I never called Dak Prescott to Dez. It was just hot flaming garbage. What I always said is that wait till year 3. Wait till year 3. There's a chart out there. I wish I would have took time to put it on this backdrop to compare. I ain't going to say it because some idiot going to say, well, look at Dak Prescott throwing motion. But if you look at Tony Romo first 2 years and you look at Dak Prescott first 2 years, there's a graph out there showing you guys that these guys are pretty much in the same wheelhouse. And matter of fact, let me see if I can find it, because I know a lot of people would not believe it. It's like one of those Ripley's believe it or not type of situations. And rightfully so. I know a lot of people, and I'm gonna try to see if I can find a thing. While you guys bump to the beat, I'm gonna see if I can find this thing. I'm gonna be right back. Don't go nowhere. It's like a quick commercial break. Yeah. First two. Many rings, all this stuff. Other people can say we don't have. Yeah, let me turn this down a little bit. It'll buy a show though. So there's only be a lot of people out here with all the hate mail and people willing to fight me over Dak Prescott and this sort of thing. I done had people say, man, when I see you, I'm throwing them hands, Law. I'm gonna see what them hands about, you know. And then getting death threats because I have a different opinion of you, I have different contrasts of you. But it's all good, man. It's just one of those things where sometimes people can't handle the truth. They don't want to swallow it. You know what I mean? They want me to get out here and say, all right, you know, Dak Prescott sucked. They want me to say that. They want me to say Dak Prescott is trash. They want me to say that Tony Romo was the best thing since sliced bread and Dez Bryant caught every ball that he passed. Well, Tony Romo caught every ball that he passed to Dez Bryant, you know. But so many people out here don't want to understand the truth. The truth of the matter is that this kid went 13-3 his first year, and then he went 9-7 his second year. 9-7, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's why in the world would we get all upset when we have a supportive opinion about our young quarterback? I don't understand that for the life of me. I can see what Stephen A. Smith is talking about now when he's saying that the Dallas Cowboys have the most fickle fan base in the world. So it's one of those things, man, just a bunch of internet gangsters. Yeah, man, it is what it is. Dak will have his wins some games and da-da-da-da. Yeah, you're right, man. But it's one of those things, man. I want to tell all you guys that at the end of the day, let me see if I can move that right here. There you go. Makes it look better. Moving stuff around. That right there. But the truth behind me, now we rolling, right? No, we ain't rolling yet. Look. Yeah. Oh man, you know, this show off the rocks, man. But don't sleep on Hearns. He can ball and stay healthy. All right, so hey, Jack is saying what it is, man, and it is what it is, man. It's studio gangsters. Yes, indeed, Garcia. Because nowadays, hell, you don't know whether or not somebody telling the truth or not. So now I gotta walk around now you gotta walk around looking at everybody's side eyes, you know, in this world, you know. But it's one of those things, guys, what we need to stay focused on. It's just football, really. You know, I really don't talk into all the other stuff, you know. There's other platforms out there and stuff like that. Shout out to Ty Tyson, Brandon too as well, Griggs, and the YouTube rookie. I like that name. What we really need to focus on pretty much so is this. It's running the ball, run, pass. You weaken the team down. Most teams are designed to stop the pass, not the run. What you can do in that fashion is once you're able to stop the pass, run. If you're able to run the ball, of course our defense is going to be able to stop the pass because we drafted that. You know, there's other teams that are going to try to mimic us in certain fashions, but what we need to do is pretty much, let me get that graphics right, man. Bother me right here. There you go. So everybody can see it. Now that looks better. I'm like one of those perfectionist guys. I should have mapped it all out before I got things going. But neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. What we need to do basically is figure out a way to get this defense from top 8, top 5, top 4. I can see us finding, and I trust Will McClay finding somebody out there who can pretty much block like Larry Allen, a dog, a beast, a nasty guy. And what I'm thinking that even though in the midst of everything else, what I'm thinking collectively is that Will McClay gonna work his magic. And I'm thinking that all of a sudden the Cowboys organization is seeing how much Will McClay input is on this drafting philosophy. And I believe deep down in my heart that Will McClay is going to draft even more of the right guys this year. And I do know that Dez Bryant came out with the Garrett guys, right? And me trying to figure out who the Garrett guys are, I can say a Sean Lee, a Jason Witten, but I don't know who else are Garrett guys. But I said Garrett, Jason Garrett, Carrot, however you want to call it. But it's one of those things where we need to figure out a way so that when Will McClay get his guys on board, and also when this offense can click better with having Ezekiel Elliott not in the news, out the news, and on the field and running the ball. Because believe it or not, he was close to 1,000 yards last year, even through all the chaos. If you have him on the field, there's no way we go 9-7, right? And what we can do with that philosophy, full-time Zeke, and then also have a full-time Jason Garrett out the picture with Will McClay picking the right guys for this draft, then we'll have a better philosophy. Shout out to JJ Dito or Doto. Zeke is better than Bell. Le'Veon Bell, yeah, I give you that too as well. No, Vander Esch he's trash. Vander Esch, man, the thing is with Vander Esch, man, it's just one of those things where I'm sitting here saying to myself, come on, Cowboys, don't do this again to me. There's already reports that the kid I'm gonna say the guy was injured, you know what I mean? And when you have injuries, it's just always pointing up a red flag for me. We need to stick close. If we're going to draft defense, there's only one guy that I'm thinking with beyond the secondary will be Derwin James. We'll trade up and get him. If Derwin James out of the picture, then you look at Vita Vea. And then if you don't have Vita Vea, if you have the chance and the opportunity to get Will Hernandez, then you go ahead and do that, But outside of that, you don't go that route. Derwin James for me, Emmanuel Edwards, yeah. I mean, Derwin James for everybody. You guys going to see me do all type of stuff when we draft Derwin Trinidad James. Jackie Smith, we don't hate Indians. Most black people hate Native Americans in their heritage. Yeah, a la me. I got a little Cherokee in my background. Koye doesn't show any throws that Dak made from Brian. Speaking of Okoye, me and Okoye gonna be on this show together tomorrow. We're gonna talk about pretty much his views on things with Dez Bryant, his views of Dak Prescott, his video of him showing Dak Prescott insufficiencies, and then we're gonna talk about the truth of the matter of things. It's put like this: there's quarterbacks comparables. If you want to put Dak Prescott, you guys got all till tomorrow before we go on. We're going to go on 9 o'clock Central Time. Me and Okoye and maybe Big Game James and Vach Lombardi. We're going to do like a little 4-man table. Maybe, What I want you guys to do for me, you can do it if you want to. You don't have to. It's comparables. Who do you compare Dak Prescott to? Is he a poor man's Donovan McNabb? Is he a better Donovan McNabb? Is he a Dante Culpepper with a weaker arm? Is he a Byron Leftwich? Is he a who else I can pull out that the people like to inbox me with? I know he's not a Trent Dilfer. I know he's not a John Kitna. I know he's not a Brad Johnson. I know he's better than Brandon Weeden. I had people telling me that Brandon Weeden is better than Dak Prescott. You know, is he a Russell Wilson? That's a good. Aaron McNair, Todd Jefferson. I can see that. I can see the Aaron McNair comparison. Okoye is very biased law. I'm not gonna say that. I think Okoye, my guy Okoye, he sees it's good to have different opinions and different views. You know, hey, you know, who made tulips great? You know, who made roses great? You know, it's just one of the things. Some women love flowers of different, brand. You know, roses are popular, but some ladies don't like roses. Some ladies like tulips. You know, so it just depends on what viewpoint that you have. You know. It's just one of those things. You got dark wine, you got your clear wine, you know. You got hen, and then you got your water. I call all the other stuff water, you know. I like the hen. And Dak is just fine, no worries. This is from Daryl Turtle. Yes, it's fine. Yeah, Jackie, people were saying, man, you know, I was sitting there like, man, to the Dallas Cowboys, 2015 never happened, you know. Call a spade a spade. DJ Moore first round. You talking about for the Cowboys? If the Cowboys go with DJ Moore with the first round draft pick, you know, with the 19th overall pick, would that be a reach? From what I'm seeing, it's like you putting. It's crazy, you know. It's that DJ Moore. He's X-Files, you know. He's not of this world. He's different. Go look at DJ's Moore film, man. It seems like people, when they hit him, they slide and bounce off of him. He just like Steve Smith mixed with beast mode. You know how people just bounce off of beast mode? That's what I'm seeing when I see DJ Moore. DJ Moore is something special. Now, and he can run crisp routes too as well. Some people said that the ball enter into his body. I seen DJ Moore play on the outside, inside, and I see DJ Moore extending and catching his hands. But DJ Moore with the 19th overall pick, I'm greedy. I'm so greedy to the point where I would rather us taking the gamble and getting the defensive guy, trading up or doing whatever we can to get this defensive guy, right? And then with the actual, I guess, second round pick, you figure out a way to solidify your offensive line. And then you try to finagle your way towards because DJ Moore to me is a late second. And I know somebody going to try to say, hell no, I want to get him in mid-second round. But if DJ Moore is a late second, I'm telling you, I would be willing to just get rid of next year's second round pick and maybe somebody else and trading up to get trading up in that round and getting a DJ Moore. And you know what I'm talking about? Let Will McClay will and deal this thing. I know a lot of people gonna hate this, but would you rather have Ryan Switz and DJ Moore and you somehow trade Cole Beasley? I'm just saying, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but if I can tell you I get rid of next year's third and Cole Beasley to trade up a little bit to get to trade back into the second round to get DJ Moore, would you do that? Or trade up to get DJ Moore, would you do that? You know, that'd probably be too many skins out there, but you'll get the receiver that you want. And a lot of people said Anthony Miller. Hey. Some of the Jerry Rice was drafted in what round? He was drafted in the third round, right? Not saying that any of these guys out of this wide receiving draft class could be a quote unquote Jerry Rice. But what I'm saying is let Will McClay will and deal. Let him do his magic. Let him work his finesse. Look. B. Parker, shout out to you. We could get DJ Moore if we trade down and pick up an extra pick within the process. Mm-hmm. We got what? 10. We got 10 draft picks, right? And we got to figure out somehow, some way to utilize these 10 draft picks to finesse this thing. And we just got to finesse it just a little bit. Law, please, just you and Okoye. Vach just be yapping. DJ Mel. Well, you know, my brother Vach, man, he brings in the talent-esque from the draft. You know, I don't have time to review everybody. Look, my scope of reviews is like 10 to 15 guys in this draft. Foots, the King, and Vach Lombardi, their scope is like 200 players. You know, I can only, when we get the player, I can take a look at him. I can break down the film, and I tried real hard, man. But when you have a little one running around, it's harder than what you think. And a lot of times, what we're gonna discuss too as well is that, yes, Steve, yes, Steve, under Androwski, yeah, Vach need to be there too. See, what Vach can do is the player that we speak on, he can elaborate. But on the front end, I would just tell Vach to chill out or something. I don't know, Vach, I let him speak because he speaks the truth, and he's young, he's passionate. I'm about 10, 11 years older than Vach, you know what I'm saying? So I come from a different era than Vach, you see? And Vach be really into it, and I'm more of a laid-back guy. To believe it or not, it takes a lot for me to get riled up, a real lot, So I'm more cool, calm, and collected guy, So that's why it seems like when I'm talking, it sounds like, I've got a very monotone, soft whisper voice. It's like a jazz, ensemble. Vach got like that hip-hop, yin yang twin, Yo Gotti type of vibe going on with him. And I think Okoye, he got the same type of mixture that I got. And you got two cool guys that just saying, yo, man, we think about this player, and we all jamming and rhyming to the beat. It's just one of those things that it just might be a show that everybody be sitting there like, okay, nice stuff. Yeah, nice point. Yeah. But there's no fire in it. I can try to bring in some fire, but it's not like a what Vach Lombardi does. And I love the young guy, man. I love that. He do bring in a lot of energy. And my guy Big Game James, he bring in a lot of stuff, man. And I can't wait for us to all be down here in the draft. I'm more interactive when I'm live, face to face, It's just one of those things. DJ Mel, he do overtalk a lot of folks though, that's just his personality, man. Everybody got that uncle that when you go home and you playing these spades and you playing dominoes, you got that one uncle that talk all that stuff. Yeah. John Coltrane. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that. Equal John Coltrane. Right. Mark Law and Okoye. My favorites. Yeah, Mark Holmes, and then he's from a whole nother era, you know what I mean? Mark is from a whole nother era. I don't know nobody else on YouTube that can produce and push out as much content as Mark. And it's all about timing too as well. He come home from work or what have you, and he got older kids, I can't tell my daughter, hey, put that down while my daddy try to record, or why I gotta re-scrub the video. And a lot of times with my videos, just like a lot of people I caught a lot of heat on that that Dez Bryant video, because a lot of people was thinking that I did it after he was traded or whatever, after he was cut, I meant to say. Man, I did that video weeks ago. You see what I'm saying? It was just that it's a 4K video, and it takes a while for all that stuff to render and upload. And then when he got released or what have you, I said, I'm not finna go back and then re-edit all that video and take out my, voiceover and things like that. It takes a lot, man. For when you do a voiceover, man, it takes a long time. And that's what me and Okoye gonna talk about that stuff too as well. We're gonna really talk about how long it takes to curate a video from birth to pretty much death of a video. It takes a long time. This stuff is not easy at all, especially. There's clips out there, there's good stuff, good quality stuff that I couldn't even post. It's good stuff that I can't post to YouTube because YouTube hits it with the copyright deal. So you got to finagle your way out for that too as well. Felborn, thank you so much for the donation to help grow the nation, man. Appreciate that. Keep up the word and spread the truth to those Cowboys fans, Law. Appreciate you, man. Look, the thing is with it, at the end of the day, we all family. And I don't know nobody in this chat box and anybody in this world got family that everybody agree with everything. You got somebody who in your family say, nah, I cook the best dressing. You got other people that say, nah, Aunt Dollar May cooked the best dressing. You got Sister Rosanna who cooked the best spaghetti. It's just how it is in family. But sometimes when family, you might eat the spaghetti and you say, oh, it's nice. But when you go home, you kind of like, man, that's the horriblest spaghetti I ever tasted in my life. You know what I mean? But it's just one of those things that sometimes you just, as a family member to family member, you just don't tell them. See, the truth is the hardest pill to swallow. You know, sometimes you just don't spit out the truth all the time. Sometimes you just, yeah, it is what it, you know, appreciate it. My guy, who's that? I need to put new contacts in. I can't even read the screen. Thoughts on Cortland Sutton, wide receiver. Thank you so much, Dallas. OB. Is that OB? Sorry, but I don't got my contacts in. I'm getting old too as well, I see. The thing is with Cortland, he might come out and he may, some people was yelling out, Dez Bryant. To me, Cortland is more of a Brandon Marshall. A T.O. Elk, you know, not a Megatron, but in between those guys. And why I say this is that, and this is not me hating on Dez. Dez is more of a wiry runner when he gets the ball after the catch. Yes, he's explosive. Yes, he has the ability in his youth to take 0 to 60 real quick. I mean, believe it or not, even though Dez Bryant ran like a 4.5, something like that, he was still fast enough. He was more quick than fast in a sense. And the thing is, he was so quick that that's what you need, especially when you're doing kickoff and punt returns. He was able to do punt returns. Dez was that elusive when he was younger. He was able to do the punt returns. But you know, Cortland Sutton, he's not that guy. He's more of a Brandon Marshall type. He's more of a big body. He might put you in the mind of a Plaxico Burress with better speed, you know. So he's more of that realm. You know, he's a whole lot taller and bigger than what a Dez Bryant is. He's like 6'4", 6'5", you know. So to me personally, if the Dallas Cowboys get him at the 19th pick, he may be better down the line, but he may be, see, the thing is with Cortland, he may be a better year 3, year 4 guy. He's not going to be like a year 1 guy. So you're going to have time for him to develop into something nice, you know. And as we already know, the Cowboys don't have the patience. So we will be best to get a defensive guy that you can put in, especially if this team want to win this, like pretty much now, they would go with the aspect of looking into a Will Hernandez, you know, to be honest to you. And that way you have your front 5 offensive line solid. You know, you won't have to worry about the offensive line. You'll figure out the money that you save now with Dez Bryant. You go ahead and pay Zach Martin. And you figure out next year draft to go ahead and start prospecting to finding an understudy for big number 77, believe it or not. And if you want to be able to win down the line, you know, you figure out, okay, what I'm going to do with this defense. And I do know a lot of people will say no, you know. You got to figure out another way. Let me see who else we got in the chat box. You know, I can rumble along. Briggs, what's up, man? Shout out to you. And Blunter, I hope that after the draft we don't hear about Dez anymore. Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. It's just that we gonna always hear about this Dez. It was a minute before T.O. talk got away, you know, until everybody realized that, oh, we glad that we got rid of T.O., you know. But it's just one of those things. How do you feel about Chris Richards? I feel that Chris Richards is a beast, man. I think that his talent view of things, he's able to elevate everybody, and in a sense of putting people in the right places. I think that Chris Richards is talented enough to be the next Dallas Cowboys head coach. Yeah, I said it. I think that Chris Richards can also be a guy that can sprinkle in the truth about this defensive front line. He can whisper into Jerry Jones here and say, hey, we need some dogs up front. We need a plug, somebody who can help these linebackers out. So it's just one of those things. If you get Chris in this situation, in this system, he can help elevate everybody. Dez is my favorite Cowboys ever. Where, yay, I was sad on all of them weekend, but New season starting today. That's from one of the fans. It just moved up, man. Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Is if we can figure out a way. If I can pull this up. Come on, there you go. Hey, yes, Law. Cut the carrot clapper and put in Mr. Richards. That's from Lord Pitar. Joe, what's up, man? How you been doing, man? Yeah, but we still in the bad ways without Daz. Laugh out loud. Let's not be blind here. Laugh out loud. I mean, it's one of the things. And I'm glad, Joe, you said that. Let me just say this right here. Just look at it from this aspect, Joe. That's a good question. We still in the bad situation without Daz. Can we get somebody that can win the one-on-ones when you have Ezekiel Elliott? Because the notion is this right here, right? Let me just pull out the notion, and then I can tell you what we're going to do. The notion is that that's the ideal for those who don't know what the word notion is. The ideal is that now that you have no Daz, people are thinking that defense is going to say, okay, what we can do is crowd the box, let Dak Prescott beat us on the outside because he can't pass the ball 10 yards or more. So what that's going to do is that without that bracket coverage no more, because you don't have who you're going to bracket now, you don't have to worry about Daz now. They don't want to say that, you don't have to worry about Daz anymore. So you don't have no more bracket coverage. Now you're going to have the box that's crowded. The thing is, what people fail to realize, that when you put 9 men in the box, that's a possibility for you. Wiggle Bell, shout out to you, man. Wiggle Bell's always trip me out, man. Wiggle Bell with the black hand salute. The thing is, now that you have 9 men in the box, let me tell you, those 9 men that's in that box, they better not miss that block. They better not miss their assignment, because we all know that Ezekiel Elliott, even in his Ohio State days, he can beat the 9-man box if he can get out to the edge. And I hope that you guys can go and watch that video that I posted earlier when he did that against the 49ers. And he did against the Arizona Cardinals too as well. If he can get to the edge, and if your guys take the wrong angle, that will hurt you tremendously, having 9 men in the box. Ezekiel Elliott can beat the 9 men in the box. And what that does is, with the play action too as well, people will start overcommitting. And the thing is, now you have a younger quarterback that's more poised now, because this is year 3. He can see things. He's not just this guy that's sitting back trying to play golf all off season. And there's no shade at wrong. Please don't think that I'm putting shade out there. Look, I'm gonna say this: the reason why Allen Hurns signed with the Dallas Cowboys, because when he flew in and he went to the Star, he said he saw Dak Prescott out there training, passing the ball, working on his craft. And I think that Dak Prescott is a student of the game. And the thing is with that, he's studying. He's trying to figure out what the world is everybody calling me trash for. That dude got a winner's mentality. He may not be the sharpest knife in the drawer as far as throwing the ball, but he's one of those guys that's going to say, I'm going to figure out how I can become better and better my best. And I need some people that's going to come out here and work with me. And now that he have everybody in his corner, everybody along his age and along his mindset, he's going to get out there and practice and throw the ball better. Now, what I'm saying, and I know I'm long-winded, is that now that you used to have 9 men in the box, now he's chipping away on the outside. Now, guess what? People are going to have to play honest. And that's when you can hit them with the play-action fakes. That's when you can hit them with, even, believe it or not, with a pass with the tight end. And that's what I really want. I really want us to get a better, faster tight end. But old Reliable is just somehow got the game on lock. But you put Ezekiel Elliott out there, you have a change of pace. I really think that the Dallas Cowboys are going to draft another running back within the first 4 rounds. It's just going to happen somehow, some way. TCDC Entertainment, shout out to you. D.O., what's up? Don't sleep on Noah Brown. Yes, and Noah Brown and Lance Lenore and who else this offseason? Ron Switz are all training with the Route Guru. And the Route Guru, David Robinson, is the beast out there. He elevated and helped Emmanuel Sanders get to the right point in his career. He helped elevate Antonio Brown to get to the right point in his career. These guys that is going out with the Dallas Cowboys, because D-Rob is right here in town, and D-Rob saying, okay, matter of fact, I love my Cowboys, but I'm also going to help these guys run better routes. And yeah, don't sleep on KD Cannon, but the thing is with KD Cannon, he got to come out and prove it. It's just not gonna be just like, okay, we pick you up during the offseason. Let's go ahead and put you out there on the field. He got to earn his spot. And yeah, Sutton, I see you, Manuel. I see you, Jackie. We need Rico out here selling CDs, man. I hope that Rico can get his mind right and come out here and be willing and ready to play. I'm not going to say anything on Rico. My best thing with Rico would be, the first thing is that if Rico can stay focused and stay healthy, Rico can get out there, then I say I'm sold. But outside of that, I can't wait to see him play. Okoye was right about Dan. Look at the video again. Who is Dan? Who is Dan? Rafe. Dan Marino. Rico. Evans from Bama. My thoughts on Evans is that this guy is explosive. Now, my thing is the linebacker position. If we draft a linebacker, it'd be just for depth purposes only, because we in nickel so much. We in two-man linebacker set so much that who you gonna take? And I do know that somebody can say, well, we can bet our money that Sean Lee is not gonna stay healthy for 16 weeks. Yeah, but are you really want to draft a backup? Let's get somebody that can make impact now. That's why I would go with a Vita Vea. We need somebody that can be up front. Or I'll go with a Will Hernandez. We need somebody at left guard. Let's go with a Derwin James. We need somebody that can put an extra guy out there. 9-man box plus Will Hernandez plus RPO. Yeah. That would be nasty. You got a 9-man front, and then you think you're going to crash down on the running back, and then Dak Prescott scoop off to the side and run 50 yards down the line or down the seam. Or he can run out and pass the ball, kind of like the what's that play, the Kansas City Chiefs game. I mean, you got to pick your poison when you play 9 and 8-man fronts. If somebody's going to have the one-on-one, and you just got to win your one-on-ones, of course. And then, of course, Dak Prescott got to accurately throw the ball to the receiver. I'm not saying that Dak Prescott, everybody's thinking that I'm giving Dak Prescott a pass, but it's not. That's not the truth nor the scenario. He plays like he did last year, you're going to hear Law Nation talking about Dak Prescott. But I like to give my rookie quarterbacks at least 3 to 4 years. But I know everybody will say, oh, wait a minute, Law, you threw a sneaker in there. You talk about another year. But it's really time to criticize on the 3rd year, though. And I do know that other people are going to still bring out the fact that, wait a minute, Watson showed everything. Andrew Luck showed everything. Carson Wentz showed a lot in his 2nd year, what have you. What you mean about chemistry and take time to develop? Like I said in the start of the video, these guys were 1st-round draft pick. Try again. You know what I mean? Show me what. Tell me what that guy that played for the not Emmanuel. What's this guy? Tell me what Brissett is doing right now. Break down Brissett film and let me know what he's doing. And come back and talk to me. So based on the stats on Law Nation's screen, did Romo know how to read defenses in his first 2 years, starting on including benefits and yards and 2nd string? I'll wait. Fred Woods. Difference between Romo first, it's really a. That's why I'm gonna say this right now. I'm really not a stats guy. But for the first 2. And this is for the first 2 season stats for Dak Prescott and Tony Romo. The thing is that it's really falsehood too as well, because Tony Romo sat on the bench his first 2 years or 1.5 years. He sat on the bench, and then on top of that, if you're trying to evaluate who was in Romo's ear, you're trying to look at it from this aspect too as well. You got Bill Parcells, and these are not excuses. Don't get me wrong. You got Bill Parcells in Romo's ear, opposed to Dak Prescott got Jason Garrett in his ear. And then on top of that, you got in Dak Prescott here, you got Wade Phillips, the quarterback coach, whoever his name is. And then Wade Wilson, I think that's the name. I said Wade Phillips, Wade Wilson in his ear. And then Tony Romo has Sean Payton in his ear. So in the mix of along, I'm not even talking about anybody else. In the mix along, you got a pretty much a Hall of Fame coach, a Super Bowl, a two-time Super Bowl champion, Bill Parcells. I think he won 2 Super Bowls or 1 Super Bowl, whatever. I do know for sure Sean Payton got him a Super Bowl. You got these guys in Tony Romo here, right? And then you got Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan, and Dak Prescott here. So these are pretty much not accurate. And then also Tony Romo had the chance in the grace to sit and watch and learn and study the playbook. And then when his number was called, he showed up. And that's what you want to do. Those who out there that's playing basketball or football or any sports, if you're on the bench, don't think that that's the end time. Just learn and study the playbook. When your number is called, you show up and show out. Just make sure that you don't get, once you get the starting position, just make sure you don't lose it. If I can be any hope for you guys, is always continue to study. You never know when somebody's going to get injured and it's going to be your time to shine. So never lack up if you're on the bench or if you're coming off the bench. And there's nothing wrong with that, It's just that you just got to study. When your number's called, you get out there and you play, you show up and you show out. Never let nobody determine your outcome. And just because somebody's opinion of you don't have to become your reality. What they think of you is not your responsibility. It's none of your business. You have to think highly of yourself. You have to stand firm and solid on what you believe in. And when you put all those things into places, you will be successful. You will be a trailblazer out there. You will make the thing that people say impossible possible. And then think about this. And this is a quote that I always use. When somebody say it's impossible, just flip it on them and say, if you spell out impossible, it says I'm possible. You know what I'm saying? So always use that in your mind. Say to yourself that I'm possible. Say that, believe in yourself, regardless of what anybody say to you, regardless of what type of struggles that you are going through. Stay focused. Stay to yourself. I'll never forget my mom. She's always been a motivational factor to me because of the fact that when I was born, she was in pretty much college. She was in college and struggling getting out of nursing school, and she was struggling. A lot of people would say that, come on, just stop doing what you're doing and take care of your child. And my mom was doing bad in school, and the teacher just told her, look, you're not going to be successful in what you're doing right now. You got 3 kids. You got this one coming along the way. Why don't you quit this school class right now because you're flunking, and go back home and work at a Walmart or Piggly Wiggly to get your money up, And my mom took that as a driving point to say, you know what? I may be flunking now, but I'm going to be my way out of here. And she said that's with B's, you see. So I'm 35, and she been a nurse director for over 35 years. And every time I have a birthday, she said, son, every time I know that when you was inside my womb, I knew that there was something special about you because you kept kicking, you kept pushing. You see what I'm saying? And even though I was doing bad in school, you reminded me that I have something to work for. And that's what you have to say. I'm possible. And when somebody discounted you and somebody tried to take you out of the mix, say that no, you saying that I'm flunking now and I don't have a possibility of making my way out of it. I'm gonna be my way out of it, And of course, A's is what you aim for in life. You want to have all A's on your report. But this is Law Nation motivation session, man. We got to be able to say to ourselves, look into the mirror and say, hey, I'm going to make things possible. And that's what it goes, man. And that's how you got to make it in life. You will be able to make things happen if you put your mind to it. And then just like this guy that's in the chat box, when somebody says that you are hating, that's the hardest thing that you can say to somebody. But the truth of the matter is that those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. So I can never change his mindset, his mental makeup, his mental capacity. And whatever his opinion of me is none of my business. That's all of his thoughts. You see what I'm saying? So you have to shake off the haters and step on top of it, because every day people have their view of you. But if you don't have the best view of yourself, then guess what? You will fall into the wind of going to whatever the crowd say. But nothing comes from a man better than a man with determination. And I say this too as well. A determined man with a spoon can dig a ditch faster than a lazy man can with a crane. Especially a man that's using somebody else's name as their emoji. And that's what all I have to say from here. Just quit trying to hype up Dak. This is what he says, 19 and 50 during 19 and 50 for during James D.O. That could be possible. No way, stylistic S. No way I'm giving up a 19 and a 50 for during. No way. Don't do that. Reconsider. Don't do that. I'm 44, back in school, getting it. Marcus, yes, you can make it, man. The guy with the Kentucky Fried Chicken dream. He was 56 before his dream became his reality. You see what I'm saying? So you just got to continue to fight, push forward to the things that you want. And that's what I say with the Dallas Cowboys. I always say, when you're up against the struggle, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer, see it through. Black may be the clouds about you and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile, then with trouble may be beset. But remember, you facing what other legends have met. You may fall, but fall still fighting. Head high, eyes to the finish. See it through. You got to see it through, so I pray and I hope that you can get this graduation. You can finish that school and you can get out there and make things happen in your life and your future and your career, because it will. All you got to do is grind, and you got to grind to shine. So many people out here were listening into the outside force, but it's within you how you can elevate yourself. And I'm telling you right now, there's something special about you, and you're going to make it, because you right now coming from school and you listen to Law Nation. That's what it's about. It's about putting your mind to the things that you want. And the thing that we all want as Cowboys fans, we want to be able to host that Lombardi trophy up. And we close to it. Believe it or not, whenever there's chaos within the Cowboys camp, somehow, some way we elevate ourselves. What happened in 2014? Sean Lee went down. We had somebody else to go down too as well. DeMarco, D Ware was no longer on the team. We see what I'm saying? We was able to elevate. Now I do know that winning one playoff game is not a success, but from where we came from to that spot in that moment of time was everything. In 2016, what happened in 2016? Quarterback after quarterback got injured. This guy, number 4, that I happen to picture in my backdrop, was able to step up. And yes, we won 13 games, but it hit everybody in the jaw by surprise. And if it wasn't for, I guess, a few missteps and mishaps, we could have probably won the playoff game. So what I'm saying is now that in this mix right here, in this time, right now that everybody's doom and gloom, everybody thinking that the Cowboys are horrible, everybody think that Dak Prescott can't hit water if he fell off a boat, everybody think that this offensive line is so porous, and everybody just already labeled the Dallas Cowboys the worst defense in life, right? They said that last year we was 8th ranked overall. They said that the year before. But what I'm telling you guys right now is that what would happen is that this year, I know it's the even year, of course, that helps too as well with Jason Garrett. I think he programmed to play well, coach a team well during the even years. But this year alone, there's something special about this year, and we will make it to the top, and we will make things happen. We will shake and rock with everything that's on our mind. All right, guys, that's all the time I have for today. I really got to get ready to get things going for later on tonight. I may try to jump on Mark's page. I hope he's going to live tonight. We can still talk some more football content. It's been a pleasure. I'm talking about it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure to speak to you guys today, and to also spit my mind and my thoughts and my best wishes for everybody. I want everybody in the chat box to be great. And guess what? I'm too late. You guys are already great. You guys are already having special things happening to you guys right now. Somebody right now, something special is happening to you right now, believe it or not. So with all that being said, I really appreciate you guys for your time. And that's been my time. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace.